this 6th and 7th, these shlokas go together. In fact, from the 4th to 9th, they talk of one topic, because Swamiji gave one heading, character of a yogi, a siddha yogi, a perfect yogi. So when he attains perfection, what will be his qualities? So these qualities he will have naturally, spontaneously when he attains perfection. It means that a sadhaka who is practicing yoga, is meditation here, dhyana yoga, who is practicing dhyana yoga should keep these qualities in mind. Your perfection of yoga should culminate in these qualities. Therefore, while practicing dhyana yoga, keep these qualities in mind, and as you move in these qualities, then inwardly your yoga also gets perfection. So they go together. In other yogas, the siddhis and other yogas, supernormal powers are shown as milestones. If you achieve this power, supernormal power, you have achieved this much, then another power. Those powers indicate as milestones. You have an idea, milestone? Yes. On the way, milestone they indicate. But here, in Vedantic meditation, we don't talk of these mental powers, physical powers, sense organ powers, mystic powers, or occult powers as milestones. The milestones, the indicators are these qualities alone: control of sense organs, mind remaining peaceful. So you become free from ego, not disturbed by the situations of life, not tossed by the experiences of life. The activity, the experiences of life, the situations do not touch his inner core. He discovers his Atma, which is ever pure, ever undisturbed, like a mirror. Any kind of reflection that appears in the mirror itself remains untouched by all the reflections that appear in it. See, it's a very, very interesting example, illustration. Many reflections appear. Things come and go, people come and go. All of them appear, reflections appear in the mirror. In spite of the reflections appearing in the mirror remains untouched. It remains transparent. Whatever appears is only for you, and inside it remains untouched. So these are the main characters that are milestones as well as culminating points also for Vedantic meditation. That is Nididhyasana. Therefore, see, he has given none of them, no single supernormal power is given here. Sometimes, once in a while, they mention somewhere in the Upanishads, but Shankaracharya says they are secondary. They are secondary because these are the main qualities. These are the main qualities of your growth in your meditation. If your mind is moving and gradually developing these qualities, because in these qualities are not acquired one, these are not artificially practiced, they are spontaneous. When you intuit your nature as Brahman, these qualities are naturally expressed. It's like fire is hot not by any effort. Ice is cold not by any effort. Sun is illumining not by any effort. It's his very nature. Effortlessly, spontaneously, sun is illumining. Fire is hot. Ice is cold because it is its nature. So there is a difference between a quality and an act. When you act, a will is involved. Fire is not acting to be hot. Fire is not heating, it is hot. See the difference. Heating is an action. Action is based upon will. You are acting to be. So, to be hot is not an action. It is its very nature. Similarly, the ice is not acting to be cold. There is no action. It is its nature. But looking at the sun, we think that the sun is giving light. Is giving light an action on his part? Is he using a will? No, it is his very nature. It's a spontaneous nature. Similarly here, these qualities mentioned here, control of the sense organs and mind remaining peaceful. These two are not acquired qualities. Acquired means you are continuously practicing it. You are continuously applying some pressure, applying your will. When you apply your will, it's not natural. When it is not natural, you feel some stress. What is natural? There is no effort. There is no stress. There is no strain. You are just relaxed. So the very freedom from will is a peace and joy. It is a joy because in using a will, in taking a decision, there is a stress. Should I choose this or that? If I choose this, what will happen? If I choose the other, what will happen? You have to think. There will be little worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. If my decision goes wrong, there is a tension. So, in will itself involves a pressure. The using of will, choosing involves a pressure, but this is choiceless. Choiceless means effortlessness. So, in your effortless nature, all these qualities are automatically there. So, you are not practicing them. Therefore, the practicing of these qualities, though we talk of practicing, just as we talk of practicing meditation, practicing these qualities along with meditation. These qualities, as I told you in the previous class, two levels. One is at the sadhaka level, at the karma yoga level. When karma yoga level, these qualities are matter of practice. But in nididhyasana, at the level of dhyana, they are not practiced. You only allow relaxation, just to be relaxed. Then these qualities themselves naturally appear. Like fire is trying to be hot. Meditate on this. Suppose you are a fire. You are trying to be hot. Do meditation. No trying. You are hot. It is already. So, a nature is not a matter of choice. Where there is no choice, that is your nature. Similarly, I am trying to be that which is free from will, free from choice. Where I have no choice, that means choicelessly I am that. I am consciousness without choice. Not by choosing I become conscious. Not by choosing I become Brahma. Not by choosing I become existence, pure existence. Existence is, consciousness is, peace is, happiness is. What is peace? Freedom from stress, freedom from conflict is peace, isn't it? Conflict arises when one is against the other. When there is a second thing, you come in clash with it. So peace means non-dual. That's what we mean. Peace is non-dual. There is no other. The other is also me included. So there is the whole thing is one consciousness. When there is nothing other than me, There is no clash. How can you remove the other? As long as you stand, the other remains, inevitable. I stand as an individual, I notion. As long as I stand as an individual, the other one, the remaining one remains, inevitable. When I am this much, see, in this whole space, in the whole village, somebody says, this is my house. Okay, this is my house. The moment he says, this is my house, from the very statement, through the very statement, he says, remaining houses are not mine. When you say, this is my house, the same sentence means another thing. Others are not mine. If other houses are also yours, you would not have told, this is my house. See, the very identity. Identity means a limitedness, something. When I say I am this automatically implies remaining I am not. So there is a division. Once division, the other one, sometimes it is favorable, sometimes unfavorable, sometimes agreeable, sometimes disagreeable. If the other one is agreeable to me, I am happy. If the other one disagrees me, I am unhappy. So, something other than me sometimes agrees, sometimes disagrees. Because I am also not the same person. I keep changing, modifying. Body, mind, climate changes. Everything keeps changing. Time changes. Day becomes night, night becomes day. Night is colder, day is warmer. All are not same. Time changes. Place changes. Conditions change. So in my changed condition, what I love one thing, in a changed condition, I don't like it. In winter, you need woolen clothes. You need very badly. Without that, you just can't survive. It's unbearable. You can't sleep. But when summer comes here, the same winter clothes becomes unbearable. You have to remove it. It becomes unbearable. Now tell me, so whatever you consider as a favorable, agreeable to you, the same goes against you. Because you keep changing. And your body keeps changing, the climate keeps changing. So everything. Before, when you are hungry, you needed food. Once you eat the food, after eating the food, somebody brings some very good dish, sweet. Come on, take it. He says, no, I can't. He says, no, this is a function. This is today, is his birthday, or someday, these days, they have got a lot of days. So, okay, you must take it. Oh, sorry, I can't take it. Oh, how can you refuse it? This is my birthday. This means you are not accepting my birthday. You are not greeting me. You must eat. That amounts to greeting me. My God, just now I have finished food. How can I eat? So, see, before when I was hungry, I would eat. After taking food, I change. See, do I remain all the time same? Physically changes, mentally changes, intellectually changes, climate changes. Oh, this is because I am an individual. I am individual possessing body, mind and sense organs. 3, body. My body has got many parts. Not all parts are same. The parts keep changing. Sometimes hand is okay, I got headache. No headache, but some other ache. That means different parts have got different functions. If one part is okay, other part is not. You can't say one part is okay, so I am happy. No. All the parts should be healthy and happy. Not possible. If all the parts are healthy, at least you feel hungry. So somewhere something. Even a healthy body feels hungry. If you don't feel hungry, it is unhealthy. You feel hungry, you feel thirsty, that is a healthy body. So even in a healthy body, you have again changes. Change means what is good for you now is not good for me next moment. So in this fluctuation, once there is a second, my idea, what I want to convey is, when there is a second, you can't say second is always favorable to you, agreeable to you, conducive to you. Once a second is always a problem. Sometimes favorable, sometimes unfavorable, most of the times unfavorable, once in a while favorable. Most of the time, somewhere something unfavorable. Therefore, once there is a second, a clash comes, a disappointment comes, disagreement comes. I may not be happy. Therefore, peace means free from conflict. That means there is no second thing. How is it possible? As long as I take as an individual, something other remains. Duality is inevitable. Once a duality, I become dependent. Dependent means at least I have to take into consideration. If I am alone in my room, just an example, worldly example. If I am sitting alone in my room, I can sit, I can read, I can sleep, I can eat, whatever I do. When there is another person, I can't ignore. I have to relate to him. When you want to switch on light, you have to ask him, do you want light? He says no. Then you have to adjust with him. You want to switch on the fan, and he says no, I don't want. Or you don't want the fan, but he wants. A clash comes. Once there is a second person, another who is another of another nature, another taste, another desire. If there are two people living in same house, can people have all the time the same interest, same desire, same taste, same need? You are hungry, the other person is not. You want to see something, go somewhere, he is not interested, I want to stay at home. Now, how do you adjust this? So, another person means having a different nature, different interest, different taste, different liking, which is different from mine. Because the very existence is different. He is separate and I am separate. Naturally, his interests are different. They come in clash. So, as long as the second is, I can't have peace. So, to be free from second means even I have to lose my individuality. Then only the second will go away. We used to think when we were listening to Vedanta, Advaita means there is no second. I say, how can there be without second? There is always a second thing. But without second, how can you? Our gurus never told me in the beginning, when there is no second, you also won't remain individual. You become the absolute. This point they miss. They never told us. It was a big question for me for a long time, years together. They never touch this point. Second exists only when you are small. Second means what? The remaining. When you put a mark, a line, it is remaining. You put a circle, inside the circle, outside the circle. So division. The second means two parts. To remove the dividing line, there are no two parts. That and this is one space, one infinite space. Then that is Advaita. In Advaita is one infinite existence, one indivisible consciousness. One indivisible consciousness, one infinite Ananda. So division comes not from Brahman. There is a second. Second to whom? The second one exists not to Brahman. Brahman is infinity. There is no second to the infinity. For infinity, nothing can be second. Means there can't be anything other than infinity. Infinity includes everything. Brahman includes everything. He can't have a second entity. Second means you remain an individual. Then the second is inevitable. When you are, as long as you remain an individual, the second one is inevitable. Here, peace means what? Freedom from the second. Freedom from the second means what? You cease to be individual. The second one doesn't exist for you. When you are infinite, nothing can be second for you. Second means another. Nothing can be another for you. Another exists when I take myself to be a given thing, an individual. I am this, I am so and so, not the other. So when I have a fixed identity, in my identity there are certain elements. Body is an element in my identity. Sense organs are element in my identity. Mind is an element in my identity. In my identity, there are certain elements which are exclusive to me. They divide me from the rest. So as long as this conflict is there, therefore, our Vedanta says, this conflict can be resolved not by destroying the second. Therefore, Advaita doesn't mean removing the second. Removing the second is not possible. How can you remove? As long as you remain an individual, second will remain. It's inevitable. You remove your individuality, nothing separate from you exists. As you said, as I told in the beginning, in the village, this is my house, then the remaining is not mine. Don't select anything. Don't choose anything. If you choose, you divide. The very choice is division. You choose this, automatically you leave out the remaining. The very choice is dividing. Therefore, the individuality, the ego or jiva is divisive. Jiva is choice. Choice means I am this much. You leave out the remaining. This divisiveness, I am this much and the remaining, is jivahood. This is dvaita and this is conflict. This is the source of conflict. So, but how to transcend the second? To be able to, in order to have peace, I should be free from conflict. Conflict is inevitable as long as there are two division, two parts. How to avoid the two parts? Erase the two simultaneously. It's not that you remove the second and you remain alone. No. Once you remove the second, you also don't remain an individual. The other goes away only when you remove your individuality. You and the remaining. This division should go simultaneously. The dividing line has to be erased. When the dividing line is erased, you and the remaining, you and the rest, this division goes away. Whole thing is one infinite. Therefore, secondless, Advitiya, is peace. Advitiya, secondless, is my very nature. Spontaneous nature. Effortless it is. You don't choose it. You don't make it. But I feel an individual. Yes, individual is this much. The very individuality idea of I am this much, I am only this, automatically leaves out the remaining. This is the problem. That's why people are unable to understand how can we solve this second thing. As long as there is a second, it clashes. Therefore, these European religions, three, they always have God and Satan, God and the world, or the God and Jiva, and the Jiva and the world, everything. Divisions. Once if division is a fact, then how do you remove it? There is no way. And as I explained elaborately, when there is a second, the next second one, I become small and the remaining is the world. Then this very division creates two problems. One is I am small. I want to get rid of my smallness. I want to become infinite. Infinite ananda, infinite consciousness, infinite existence. But the infinity you won't get it because you are an individual. Individual small. There can't be infinite individuality. See, the very word individual means limited. You can't have infinite individuality. People say, why God created all these differences? Creation means only differences. Creation means only multiplicity. You can't create uniform one. Infinity cannot be created. Infinity is self-existent. All creation means multiplicity, manyness. They say, why God created multiplicity? Then how can you create one uniform, only one object alone, 1,000 ones? Exactly similar. Can you create? You see the tree. Do you find in nature one tree, one plant? Same tree in thousands and crores of trees of the same tree, same leaves, same way, same height, same color, everything is same. Can you find that? How can you have? So once creation means multiplicity. Multiplicity, variety, differences. Therefore, the very creation implies differences. People want to artificially force, no, let us have all uniformity. You are working against nature. You are working, it is impossible. Therefore, as long as you are an individual, second remains. The second is sometimes agreeable, sometimes disagreeable. Even when it agrees with you, also you are still worried how long will remain this happy peace. Suppose you get happiness. A person, a thing, a situation is conducive to you. You go to a place where you have got a good lodging, food is okay, and the climate is good. But how long it will remain? You don't know. Therefore, if the second thing, you can't be sure of the second thing always being positive to me, always being favorable to me. Can you expect what is other than me always be favorable to me? Always is not. Okay. As an individual is limited. You can't have a limitless individual. Limitless means no individuality. Individuality doesn't exist when you are infinite. So by losing infinity, losing means by forgetting. By forgetting infinity, you become individual. So when you think of your individual, there is a restlessness. See, why individual is restless? Unhappy. Why should individual be restless? Individual is jiva. Why jiva should be restless, unhappy, struggling, seeking what? I don't know, something I want. Is being seeking what? Many things I want. What do you want? I want everything. Everything means what? I don't know, but I want something. Say, what do you want? He says, I don't know, but I want is what I have. Other person says, okay, you want, but what do you want? Don't ask me that. I have something, want. This is my problem, tell me. Not what I want particularly. The very wanting itself is a problem to jiva. See the difference? Not that wanting a given thing. If you want a given thing, okay, we can try for it, work for it, you may get it. Some of the things we are unable to get, it may be impossible in human life to get, but at least some of them you can get. But here the jiva's problem is not what he wants. Jiva's problem is that I want. See, in English there is a double expression. Want means desire. Want means lacking. See, in English, wanting. Want means lacking, missing, deficiency. Want means desire something. I desire something. Want means another meaning in English that you miss it. It is wanting. Wanting person means a person who is missing something, deficiency. So, wanting is a desire. Want is a desire. The desire is nature of jiva. It is not that jiva desires, no. Jiva means desire, desire means jiva. Want means something missing, something lacking, something deficiency. You want to fill up that. You want to fill up your deficiency. You want to get what is missing in you. As a jiva, you always miss. As a jiva, you can never have total freedom. You can never have total peace. You can never have absolute peace. You can never have total freedom, total happiness, total thing. You always have a little bit passing happiness, passing peace. It comes, as it comes, we don't know next moment it goes. So, as a jiva, you are bound to be suffering, struggling, seeking, keep on running. You don't know what you want. There is something pressurizing from inside, pushing you for something. Go on, struggle. What? I want something. What do you want? Tell me. Not one particular. Okay, tell me more than particular. How many? 10? No, I can't say. First he says, what I want. The other person says, what do you want? Not one. Okay, 2? No, not 2. Then how many? Many things. Many, how many? I can't say which one I want at the moment. See, not that I want many things simultaneously at a time. At a time I want this thing, at another time another, at another time another, at another time another again, yet again. Oh. If you want one particular thing all the time, we can supply that. If a person jiva wants one particular thing or 10 things, supply them. All the time you want this, okay, all the time I want, okay. Once we supply, problem is solved. Eternally he is happy and peaceful. But it is not. He is not. Because what he wants is not one particular, or 10, or 20. He says, what do you want? He says, not one. Okay, many. How many? I can't be sure. But okay, how many things? Many things. Which of the many? Not all of them at a time. Then which one and what time? That I can't say. At that particular time I want something. At another time something else. At another time something else. Now can you supply all those only when you need it? Which is humanly impossible. That's why all jivas are suffering. So the very creation means multiplicity. Creation means I remain small and the remaining world. This division is creation. This division is world. This is samsara. Therefore, as long as I am remain an individual, individual is a wanting person. Wanting means he desires. Desires means in his desire, in his want, it is not what he wants. That I am a wanting person. I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of the very wanting person. Wanting person is continuously missing because I want something. I want still something more, something more, something more. What is that? I can't say what in general, but at each time something. At each given time something. Even at each given time also I cannot say what all exactly, isn't it? At this moment you tell me what gives you total happiness. Okay, tomorrow, no, each time it changes. He says, I can't say, each time it changes. Okay, at this time today, what can make you complete and fully happy? Tell me. No, that I can't say. But no, anything, you say I want, but anything I question, you say you can't answer. None of them you can answer. When you don't know what you want, how can I give you? Tell me. When you don't know, how can I give you? You tell me exactly what you want. Oh, I want many things. Okay, many things, all those things at one time? No. Certain things at some time and certain things at another time. Okay, what are those things at one time? Tell us. Okay, at the moment, by getting which you are free from all wants, all desires. Each time, at this moment, what makes you completely full? Tell me. I can't say. You list them, I'll give you. Is this enough? Make you complete now? So, as he trying to answer his questions, he understands all his answers are wrong. Because the problem is not discerned, diagnosed properly. The problem is not diagnosed properly. What is the problem? I being a wanting person, not what I want, the very needing, wanting, deficient person, that is the problem. If I get rid of, then I am infinite, I am happy. But as long as I am a wanting person, your attention wrongly goes on given thing. You think that at the moment this thing. Therefore people are struggling. You watch the whole humanity, whole world, all over the world, all people. They don't know what they want. But everybody wants something. He wants something and he wants something else. At a given moment, people may want different things, but they want something is common to all jivas. Isn't it? All jivas want something. Okay, at one time something, at one time another thing. But at a given time, what exactly you want also you can't say. How many things you want, by supplying how many things you become completely happy and no want. Tell me one particular thing. At least one moment we can make you absolutely, infinitely happy. Tell me what exactly. But you can't say. Because the problem is not in what you want. Problem is I am a wanting person. I don't know whether I can be free from that very wanting person. This wanting person is jiva. Jiva means what? Limited. I am this much. So each jiva, you ask him, who are you? I am this much. I am so and so. I am so and so, I am this much is an identity. Identity is an individual, is a limited one. An infinity cannot have identity. Infinity cannot have a name. Infinity cannot have a form. I am this much, not the remaining. See, infinity can't have this much and remaining. There is no division. In the infinite, in the absolute, no division is possible. But in all limited, infinity is not possible. Either way. When I am limited as a jiva, total happiness is impossible. Because as a limited, I want to come out of my limitation. What is that you want? He is unable to express. Vedanta, you come to Vedanta, it will tell you. It's not that you want a given thing or something, this or that. Neither this nor that. What do you want? You want to be free from the very wanting person. You want to be free from the very individuality. You are an individual. You want to be free from individuality. Oh, yes. What you say is correct. You are supposed to tell your question, your desire, you should tell. Your desire, Vedanta has to tell you. This is a strange thing. I am suffering from the problem. I am suffering from the disease. I should go, and when I go to doctor, I should tell him what is your problem. But the problem is such that even I don't know what is what. So I try to say this thing, and ultimately doctor says, yeah, I understand. Is this what you are feeling it? You are correct, you are. Doctor has to tell you what you are suffering from. This is the problem like that. Vedanta has to point out, yes, this is what. Then why didn't you tell before? I don't know. Your problem, you don't know. That's a confusion. So even in discovering your problem, diagnosing the problem, you need Shastra's help. Because that is Jiva's problem. Samsara, Ajnanam. Ajnanam means so much confusion. He doesn't understand. Misunderstands. He misunderstands more than what he understands. There's a lot of misunderstandings, lot of confusion, lot of ignorance. Many things are, what you say, all haphazard. How to say that? Confusion. Confusion is the right expression. Nothing is clear. We don't know what we want. Okay, do you want this thing? If you ask a pinpoint a question, maybe, what is this? You can't even know what you want. Okay, maybe that. Why maybe? If I give you these things, are you sure that you are going to be happy? I want it. He says, I want it. Okay, I'll give you this. Are you sure you are going to be happy? Maybe. What is this maybe? It is not you and me. Whole Jiva is like that. All world, whole Jiva is like that. This is Jiva's nature. Because the problem is not what he wants, that I am a wanting person, that I am the very Jiva, a limited being, that is giving me trouble. It makes me restless, struggling, restless. What do I want? You want to be free from very individuality. As an individual, you are limited. You can't but be limited. Because that's what Jiva is. Then when you are limited, what happens? The remaining divides. Me this much and the remaining world remains. The remaining world I have to struggle. I have to adjust with the remaining world. Me and the remaining. So I become automatically dependent upon the remaining world. I am limited. I want to be free, I want happy. Free and happy. You want to be free, but therefore you depend on others. See, whatever this thing. You want independence, therefore you want to depend on others. Contradiction. That is the problem of Jiva. You want to be independent? Yes. Okay, be independent. Therefore I want to depend on others. For what? For independence. For independence you depend on others? How can you be? This is Jiva. This is the problem. You want to be free? Okay, be free. No, I want others' help. If others' help, how can you be free? The very dependency on others is not freedom. Oh, true. But I want freedom. Okay, get it. But who will give me freedom? If somebody gives you, how can you call it freedom? If you depend on somebody, somebody has to give you, then you are dependent. No, I want to be free. Then okay, get it. No, I want somebody to help me. He doesn't know what he wants. Jiva is a confused fellow. We are not talking of any given individual. Whole Jiva is like this. The very Jivatvam, the very nature of Jiva is confusion. He doesn't know what he wants. That's why Vedanta helps. When people listen to Vedanta, yes, this is the one. But why didn't you tell people? It's like a baby. Baby doesn't know what it wants. When it is hungry, it cries. When it is feeling sleepy, it cries. Mother understands, it must be feeling sleepy. Okay, put the baby to sleep. And when it is hungry, he gives everything. After eating food, then it smiles. It doesn't know what he wants. It is feeling something uneasy. Whether this uneasy is here or here, you don't know. Whether in the head or in the stomach or in a hand or leg. Somewhere I feel uneasy. Somewhere I feel. What do you want? Somewhere I feel uneasy. Somebody has to understand and feed you. This is what Jiva's fate. We were also struggling in our younger days. All confusion. We don't know what these things. Too many questions. What is this life? Why are we born? Why all this going on? What do I want? Why am I suffering? Something is missing. Something I want. I don't know what this thing. So we are looking for some guru. Then we listen to Vedanta. Of course, years together I struggled. I think 10 years I went on. At the age of 12 or 13, I developed interest in Vedanta. It took me 8 to 12 years. I think at the age of 22, I got Guru. 10 years I went mad. I struggling. At the age of 22, once I got. Then as he talks, is exactly opening my heart and telling me what I want. As I listen, I surprised. How does he know? This is what I wanted. He knows everything he did. It is surprising to me. First, when I heard Vedanta, it was all surprise to me. This is what I want. This is what I want. Exactly, this is true. Then I am permanently become Vedantin. That's all. Nothing else in the world interests me. This is the only thing interests me. So, this is what I want. So, the thing is, you want, as long as you are limited, then the limitation itself means you divide, remaining, me and remaining. So the remaining, can you get rid of the remaining? Can you forget the remaining? Can you ignore the remaining? No. The remaining world I very much require, because as an individual, I am part of the world. As an individual, I am part of the world. I am dependent on the world. The world has to be continuously help me. The world won't help you all the time. World contains everything on the earth. Everything. There is nothing, you can't, there is nothing that is not available. Everything is available on the earth. But at the right time, the right thing won't come. At the right time, right thing won't come. Everything is there. Medicines are there, but medicines are lying there. Nobody diagnoses your problem. If diagnosis, the medicine is not available. If the medicine is available, diagnosis is not done. Then what to do? Your problem is here, solution is there. You wonder, what is this all creation? This is the very strange world, strange creation. That's how the world is. Creation means only division, suffering, ignorance. If without ignorance, you can't be all omniscient, you can't be all free, all happiness and everything. That is a creation. If you are all free, there is no creation. Creation means full of limitations. Full of limitations, differences, limitation. You see, differences, multiplicity, differences and limitation. This is the creation. You can't create any other way. You create any other way, let me see. You create the world. Mud is given to you. There is a earth, mud and water. You create something out of it where there are no differences, no limitations. You create different pieces. Earth, big earth we have given you. Create small pots. Pots are something out of the mud. And make each one perfect and complete and infinite. How can you create infinity from one mud? Anything you have to create limited, small. Then small is going to be limited. Limited is going to be suffering. How can the creation be infinite? How can a created Jiva? Jiva means one who is living in the world can be infinite. Everything is limited. Limited means everything has certain feature, certain quality, only in certain conditions. In a given condition, water is hot in a given condition, cool in another condition. Isn't it? Each one has a particular nature, particular quality in particular condition. You change the condition, it becomes something else. This is what science says. We tell whole science in one sentence. Everything is conditional. This is our Vedantic science. Nothing is absolute. You take anything. Water. When is water? Between 0 and 100 degrees. It is water. Below 0 is not water. Beyond 100 degrees, it is not water. Then what do you mean by water? You mean water under certain conditions. Anything. Anything you take, just I gave an example. Anything is what it is in a given condition. It change the condition, the thing is not. Thing is not what it is. It becomes something else. Everything is a conditional appearance. It change the condition, the thing is something else. Whole entire world. Everything is plant in a condition. Earth is earth, stone is stone, wall is wall. Everything is under certain conditions. You change the condition, the thing changes. Still you change, the thing is totally different. Or that thing doesn't exist, it becomes something else. Everything is conditional. And Jiva depends upon these conditional and changing things and hopes to be absolutely. Absolute happiness means what? Unconditionally happy. Absolute happiness means unconditionally happy. I want to be unconditionally happy. For that I want to depend upon conditional world. World means what? Objects. World means objects. Objects, time, place and etc. But they are all conditions. Everything is a conditional. Nothing is unconditional. I want to be absolutely happy. That means you want to be absolutely means unconditionally happy. For that what are you doing? You are depending upon conditional things. This contradiction is adhyasa, a misunderstanding, is a wrong thing. But you are trying for it. You are not going to be happy, you are not going to get it. That's why when you are in avidya, when you are in adhyasa, you have got a samsara. Samsara is as long as you are in avidya, means as long as you are in a wrong thinking. This wrong thinking, it won't work. But he says everybody is trying, okay, everybody is suffering, you also suffer. When everybody is doing, you also do. See, all others are doing. All others are not wise. They don't understand. How can the whole world be false? How can the whole world be wrong? That is your illusion. You think that everybody does, I also do. Think, don't go blindly by everybody. Vedanta also is not giving you one conditioning idea and that accept it blindly. Don't question. It is explaining you. It is awakening you. It is showing the facts. Look at the facts. Analyze them. Understand them. And a fact emerges. You come to discover the fact. It's just a pointing out. Helping you watch the world, yourself, your life around and come to discover. More and more you discover all your wrong thinking, your narrow thinking, your misunderstandings, all of them you transcend, you become free. That's all. You become free from your conditional state, you become unconditional. Conditional state itself is a misunderstanding. The conditional, I am this much, and the world I depend upon is conditional. See, each object is conditional. You as a jiva is also limited. A limited being depending upon conditional world. Impossible. You can never get absoluteness. If you explain this thing, yeah, this is true, this is what it is. Then what do? You have to get rid of your individuality. Then the world is not world for you, doesn't exist for you. As we told, every object exists in a given condition. Water exists between 0 degree and 100 degrees. You cross 100 degree, it becomes vapor. It becomes vapor, you understand? I don't know, we call it in English vapor. Vapor means bhashpa in Sanskrit. Vapor means air. Then below the degrees, it becomes a solid. It is solid or it is a vapor. There is no water. So similarly, every object is what it is only under certain conditions. Okay. So then I being a jiva, an individual jiva, depend upon anything you want. Marko. Namaskar marko. Dora. Allin marko. Bhagavantan marko hogi. So anything that's dependent upon conditions. And this, I am being limited, I am seeking something. Where do I get? I don't know. So I depend upon these things. So two things have to be changed. So the world which is a conditional world means all our objects, circumstances, people and circumstances, what you call things. People, things and conditions, all these are conditions alone. Everything is a conditional. So this conditional world is not going to be unconditional. That means you have to, whole world is useless for you. So this whole world which is a limited one, conditional world, will not give you absolute happiness, absoluteness. Then what to do? To be free from the world, to be free from the conditional world, go to the unconditioned one. How to go? How to get rid of the world? You are an individual. You transcend your individuality. The world is not there for you. World appears to only in that condition. You come out of the condition, the world is not there for you. You go either to beyond 100 degrees or below 0 degree, there is no water for you. Water is water only within this range of 0 to 100. You go beyond 100, there is no water. You come below 0, there is no water, it becomes ice. Similarly, every object, in fact, the whole world is a one condition. The world itself is one condition. Waking state is one condition. Waking state itself is one condition. In that condition, you find the waking world. Dream is one condition. As long as you remain in that condition, you find the waking world. You come out of that condition, there is no world for you. There is no waking world. There is no dream world. Dream world is a condition to the dreaming person, dreamer. Waking world is a condition to the waking person. You cease to be a waking person, there is no waking world for you. You cease to be a dream person, there is no dream world for you. So the world itself is conditional. World as a given object, you take each object is conditional. World as a whole is also conditional. See the two conditions. World as a whole is conditional. Given object is conditional. If you want freedom, yes, then the world won't help you. Then why am I stuck in this world? That is misunderstanding. That is avidya. You think that you are an individual. You think that you are stuck with the world. This thought that I am an individual, I am stuck with the world, these two put together is one thought. That is adhyasa. That is avidya. This avidya, you correct it, you are free from it. That's what whole teaching is. Therefore, all these qualities are gradually help you to recede from this individual condition. Because as an individual, I am not one. There are many elements in me. Body, mind, sense organs. In mind also again two parts, two compartments. Intellect and mind. Mind is emotion, intellect is thoughts. There in the mind again two parts. Sense organs are 5. Body has many parts. So I have got body, sense organs, mind 3. Even in these 3 there are many parts. So I as an individual, Jiva is not one connected with this many. That means I keep on fluctuating within these compartments, within these apartments, cells. Within these cells I keep on moving. And none of the part is complete. When I am with my eyes, when I am with my ears, I am a hearer. With my eyes, I am a seer. With my sense of touch, with my tongue, with my smell. These are 5 sense organs. 5 karmendriyas, 5 organs of action, 5 organs of knowledge. 10. I am in the 10 positions, 10 postures. Keep on fluctuating within postures. Body also has different parts. When I am sitting, I only see and listen. When I am walking, legs are important. Other parts will be there, but leg is prominent. When I am holding, hands are prominent. When I am seeing, other parts will be there, but eyes are prominent. So different parts of the body are useful, but one part is particularly prominent at each event. In particular event, one part is prominent. So that way I keep on shifting from part to part. While walking, legs are important. While hearing, ears are important. While speaking, only mouth is important. Other parts will be there, but this is more important. Prominent. Like this, my life shifts from part to part within the body. From the sense organ to sense organ, within the 10 sense organs, I keep on fluctuating, keep on moving. Within mind also, there are different emotions, I keep on moving. Then I toggle between mind and intellect again. I move between mind and intellect. Even intellect, there are various thoughts and ideas and ideologies and ideals. This much is, see how many apartments, how many rooms, how many parts I have. I move within this many parts. So all these qualities means we ask the person to remove one quality, sense control, control of mind, make your body disciplined so that you won't become too much dependent on the body. Let the body be little disciplined, healthy, have some little exercise and take food, healthy food, sleep properly, and don't abuse it, don't depend too much on the bodily pleasures. Then what happens? Body is healthy, it remains under certain control, body will not pose much problem, so that you can be a little detached from the body. If body creates more problem, you will be too much absorbed in the body alone, so that you will be little bit away from the body. Similarly, sense organs you control. Control means what? Not depending too much on sense pleasures or the need of the sense organs. I identify with sense organs, I use sense organs, I need to use them again and again and again and again, I become part of sense organs alone. No, don't be too much, don't let your life be not at the sense organ level. See, some people live at the bodily level, only eating. Some people live at the level of sense organs, eyes and ears, too much of seeing, too much of hearing. You live at the level of sense organs. Some people are working, then level of the body. Some people are too much of speaking, they live at the level of speech. Some people speak just little bit necessary and remain more silent. Or emotional thoughts and thinking, that means you are living at the level of mind. Then even from the mind, if you are an emotional person, live at the mind. Still beyond emotion, you live at the intellect. Then, so if you control all these body, sense organs, mind, at least you will be less dependent on them, you will be little freer. Ultimate freedom is when you de-identify with all these parts, discover yourself as Sakshi. When you discover yourself as Sakshi, you de-identify with all these things, you become totally free from all parts, neither body, nor mind, nor sense organs, nor intellect, nor individuality. Then when the individuality is transcended, there is no world for you. World is world only to an individual. When you remove individuality, there is no world. World is to thee, to that, not to me. Me means one who is beyond the individuality. So I discover myself beyond a state. When I go away from the waking and dream state, I am beyond the state, I am the pure existence. At my level of pure existence, pure consciousness, I am not an individual, I have no world. So these two, the world and individuality, two simultaneously transcended. Then I discover myself as a Sakshi. So this is what he says, Jitatma. So his absolute understanding, absolute Atma is told at a different parts. At the level of sense organs, you are a self-controlled man. At the level of mind, you are free from conflict. You don't quarrel with world and things and people. You just adjust with them. Adjusting means what? Whatever things happen, okay, you accept it. You don't become particular, it should be like this, it should be like this, he should behave like this, he should behave like this. Everything, if you keep on rigidly demanding, it becomes impossible. Nobody can do it. No person can live, no object can completely agree with me, no object can be totally favorable to me. If there is a total favorability, only for a short while it remains, next moment it changes. That means you should not depend too much on the things. You allow them to change. You allow them to be the way they are. You are less dependent, less you give freedom to others. That's why people say, if you are more free, you give freedom to others. If you are a slave, you make others a slave. Because you become dependent on others. When you dependent on others, you expect more, demand more, pressurize more. Then there is a conflict. If you don't want to pressurize, don't want to demand more, that means you accept the other person, whatever they are, however they are, whatever way you leave them, whatever way I accept, adjust easily. That means I don't become dependent. I allow the things to be what they are, people to be whatever they are. I become less and less dependent. That means I don't depend upon my pleasures, security and all that. I grow inwardly more and more, inner peace. More and more you get a joy within you, you become less dependent on others. You give freedom to others. Others means world and things and everything. World, things, society, everything. So less dependency is talked about all these values. Different spiritual values, spiritual qualities which we talk of. See, values are talked about at two levels. One is a social level, another is spiritual level. Social level is only to adjust with others. Don't trouble others, don't misbehave with others, don't exploit, don't kill them, don't take bribe, don't cheat them. But they don't tell you, don't depend upon your own pleasures. That is your personal, you do whatever you like. At the social level, if you are still jiva, suffering jiva, dependent on worldly pleasures and all that, without hurting others, you enjoy your own. Even if you have bad habits, don't question. You have a cigarette, you have got some drinking habit or something, they don't question, that is your personal. If you drink and start quarreling with us, then we'll question you. As long as you don't give trouble to us, you can indulge in all your own weaknesses and you suffer also, nobody questions you. See, these are all social values. Social values talk of only social level, but we talk much more deeper level. Vedanta says, you may not be trouble to others, but you are trouble to yourself. That also you have to grow. Therefore, spiritual values are little more deeper than the social values. The socio-political and all that, only as long as you don't disturb others, do whatever you like. One politician says, just an example I am giving you. Earlier somebody complained, you say, he is a corrupt people. This government is becoming corrupt. They are taking bribes and eating a lot of money. One politician told, hey, don't question. All parties are corrupt. All politicians corrupt. Don't complain that party, this party, every party is corrupt. Then don't question that. Even after taking bribes, is he doing something useful to the society or not? Only look at that. Yeah, after taking bribes, if we are doing good, we are good people. If person takes bribes and he doesn't do, then you question. Don't talk about corruption. See, the level of thing is changed now. Now, corruption is not they say corruption is not a problem because everybody is same. When everybody is same, then it's not a problem. See, if all jivas are suffering, even suffering is not a problem. All jivas are suffering, therefore suffering is not a problem. Then you live with suffering, don't complain. No, we have to remove the suffering. Then what do you say? When you yourself say suffering is common to all, therefore we don't remove any suffering. Don't worry, suffering is common to all. When it is common to all, don't complain. Accept it and be happy with it. No, I can't be happy. Then that is a problem then that is a problem. If you say you can't be happy, you can't accept it, then it is a problem. No, it is common to all, therefore, no, this is a double mind. This is confusion. When you contradict, there is a confusion. Confusion means there is ajnana. When you contradict, there is a confusion. Confusion, there is ajnana. You need jnana. This is what Vedanta says. Wherever there is a contradiction, is not understood. Not understood, then you need jnana. Where you go to the stage without contradiction, without conflict, then there is a clarity. There is an agreement. There is no misunderstanding there. Therefore, from ajnana to jnana, from the misunderstanding to understanding. This is what is Vedanta. So, the values also help you transcend your individuality gradually. Karma yoga level, behavior, social values, and certain sense organ control, mind control, keeping the peace. What we call as a social values, social values are also part of them. Therefore, okay, since we are in the society, we need to interact with people, we follow. But even in the social values, see something deeper. There is a deeper value. Why do you call these spiritual values? Because the spiritual values are centered on you. How to help you to transcend your jivahood. How to help you to transcend your limited jivahood and come to the sakshi. Each value represents you are coming towards sakshi. You are discovering of sakshi. So the value is better practiced if you come closer to sakshi. If you are away from sakshi, more closer to your body, mind and sense organ, you are following the value less. You are going away from the value. Therefore, you see, control of jitatma, prashanta, all these words, all these spiritual qualities. When can you say you are following the spiritual values? More and more you discover sakshi bhava, more and more you give up your individuality, then you are practicing spiritual values better. Then if you are, they say we are spiritual, we are following Vedanta, we are doing everything but remain the same individual, then there is no Vedanta, there is no growth. The inwardness is not coming. The sakshi is not discovered. Sakshi remains hidden and try to practice it. Then what happened? At the physical level, You only think that ethics and social interaction alone, you think values. Social interaction, however you do, you can never be perfectly happy. This is what I told. Some people think that ethics level alone, they want to transcend jiva. By following certain ethics, by doing good, not taking bribes, helping others, you transcend. You will be a good human being, good jiva, but not transcend jiva. You will be a good jiva. When you follow dharma, you are a good jiva, dharmika jiva, but not enlightened man, but not a brahmagyani, because you have not transcended. So here, this is what think that ethics alone is spirituality, is moksha. No, this is what I told you. Gandhiji misunderstood. Then, when you try to do little ethics, you don't get that real peace, real joy, real freedom. You don't get it. Only limited, partly you will be better than other people. But he thinks that, you see, this much I have achieved. By following certain ethics, I felt a little relieved compared to my earlier life. If I follow the same ethics more and more, I'll become totally free. This is the logic. I think I told you before. One person, it is like this. One person ate one plantain the fruit, one plantain in 1 minute. But in 60 minutes, how many he eats? 60. Will he eat 60? This is the logic they do. See, I follow ethics a little bit, therefore I felt a little relieved. If I follow more and more rigidly whole life, I'll become mukta. It won't happen, your logic fails. 1 minute, one plantain is okay. 2 minutes, 2 plantain, okay. After 3, 4, okay. After 5, it will come down. You will take 2 minutes, 3 minutes for one plantain. Then after 7th minute, then 10th minute, you will take 5 minutes to eat one. Then afterwards, after 6 or 7, you may eat half plantain, not full also. Half plantain in 10 minutes. Then only 1/4. Then thereafter you can't eat. He says, in 1 minute, one plantain. Extend the logic. This is okay on paper. This is okay in mathematics, but not life. You can't say in 60 minutes you will eat 60 plantain. It's like a boy has grown. 18 years old boy has grown 5 feet. But at the age of 80, he will be 100 feet. This logic is ridiculous. This is what they say, these ethics. They say ethics alone. You see in Bhashya, Karmakand is Purapaksha Shankaracharya raises. Karmatas, they say the same thing. You follow ritual, you follow this karma, you will attain the moksha. Shankaracharya finds out the same fault. Karma is okay, tentatively it gives you relief. But the karma by nature is cause and effect, cause and effect. It can't help you to transcend it. They say no karma, Veda says we follow karma. Veda says. These days, we don't talk of karma gives you moksha. That was the old days. Ritual giving you moksha was the olden days. But nowadays, ethics gives you moksha, is a modern thing. Gandhiji says, you follow ethics, you will moksha. Follow ethics, social ethics, you follow moksha. He is an enlightened man, he is a brahmagyan. A person who is a helping person, is a good person, helps other society. Therefore, you mean brahmagyan. It is good, definitely, dharmic person, but that's not brahmagyan. In those days, ritual gives you moksha, that was Purapaksha. Now the Purapaksha changed, ethics gives you moksha. We are not against ethics. We only say ethics is incomplete, one small step, but it's an important step. You don't circumvent ethics, but ethics is not complete. It will not give you moksha. Dharma is good. It helps you to rectify, correction certain mind, certain behavior, certain immaturity, impurities of mind, but still you remain jiva. You won't transcend jiva. Therefore, ethics, karma yoga, values are good, but more you go, you have to go into deeper one. Therefore, this modern Purapaksha is ethics. All spirituality, all Vedanta is only ethics. Gandhiji told Satyam Ahimsa. Satyam Ahimsa in interaction with another person. You and me, when there are two individuals, you are remaining at the level of individuality. At the level of individuality by following truth and non-violence. We call Satyam and Ahimsa. You attain moksha. Okay. By speaking truth, you attain moksha. He doesn't understand what is moksha. Because it's all self-studied books, they read little bit books, it's all political talk, you do this thing. You have neither guru nor you understand anything. Okay, have you understood truth by this thing? He says, I'm experimenting. But you are experimenting, you don't know where you are, how much you have failed also, you don't know it. Then he says, everybody should follow. This is Hinduism. and all other, he says, let all books be lost, Upanishad, Veda, everything will be lost. Only Satyam Ahimsa remains, Hinduism will survive. He reduced all Hinduism, all Shastras, all Vedanta to these 2 points. But these are social values in interaction with others. That means you and other 2 people are there. In interaction you can, but can you follow non-violence all the time? That again is a problem. Some places the villain is such a wicked fellow, he tortures you so much that you have to at least hurt him, at least to get rid of you. To get rid of him, you have to run away or you have to hurt him something. This is absolute non-violent, then you will become moksha. But have you attained? When you don't attend, then why are you advising others, which you yourself have not attained? On what basis you advise this? This is childish. That's why he told, he's a sincere man. That's a different thing. He sincerely made mistakes, sincerely tried to follow the mistake. That's what we say. Sincerely made misunderstood, sincerely tried to follow his misunderstanding, sincerely he tried to teach others. He may be sincere, but all misunderstand. So just because he is sincere, all his misunderstanding is great. This is what people say. This is what some people say. These prophets of these 3 religions, they say the same thing. Sincerely they say. They may be sincerely telling, but they misunderstand. They may be very sincere, wholehearted, very loving, very caring for you, very loving for you. They have no bad intention. They love you a lot. They love you a lot, but they tell you wrong things because they themselves are misunderstood. Now what can you do? Love is not substitute of understanding. Even with all sincere love, you can make mistake and do wrong things. Then in the wrong things, you sincerely follow and sincerely suffer. Sincerely fall sick, sincerely die. And he says he was very sincere. But sincere doesn't take right medicine, doesn't diagnose the medicine, doesn't diagnose the disease, doesn't take the right medicine, but sincerely follows. Sincerely believes wrong things. He is wrong, but sincerely believe, sincerely take medicine, sincerely die. But he won't reach moksha. See, this sincerity and understanding, there is a difference. These people don't understand. They say, anything you follow sincerely, all religions are same, all will take you to moksha. You may be sincere, but not right. Right is different from sincerity. We accept they are all sincere. Even Prophet Muhammad killing and jihad and then kafir killing, all that, he may be sincerely killing. He may be sincerely exploiting. He may sincerely doing it, but it is wrong. When he is sincere, he is a prophet of God. Yo Rama, this is a childish talk. You don't understand what is what. Therefore, the whole world is blindly following. Because they say he's very sincere, he's a great man, or he has got a lakhs of following. He has got countries following, millions of people. Why millions? Even billions and trillions of people are following. People follow, you mean that becomes right? There are many people follow. Many people believe many things. That doesn't mean right. Right is right. Only when it is proven by pramana, it becomes right. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. I think. So here, the idea is these values at lower level, at karma yoga level, or at mind level. But here, these values help you to transcend the very mind. One value is purify the mind, purify your sense organs, those values. Here, you are transcending the very mind and sense organs. These are still higher values. Each value implies your sakshi state. Therefore, in nididhyasana level, you may think that this sense control, this control of mind, peace of mind, all these things were talked in karma yoga. Why repeating it? They are not repeating. He is talking of different level. Same vairagyam. We talk of vairagyam at the level of karma yoga. When you talk of vairagyam at the level of nididhyasana, this vairagyam is a deeper level. That vairagyam is superficial level. It is much deeper. This vairagyam means leave everything and stand as sakshi. Discover that you are a sakshi. This is much later. That's why these values particularly, I think 3 classes going on, we are discussing this point. Because this point, subtle point, it has to register in their minds. If they miss it, they think it is still social values alone, they think. It's not social values, it's not karma yoga values, it is much deeper, nididhyasana level values. If you follow, this culmination of each value is sakshi. Culmination of these values at the level of dhyana yoga, when you see each value culminates in sakshi alone. That means in atma jnanam alone. Therefore, these are much deeper level. deeper at the level of Nididhyasana. Anyway, we'll stop it. It goes on. There are many subtle points to be discussed. So you can't do all that in one day. We'll do next class. Anyway, we'll continue in tomorrow we have? Oh no, today is last. Oh, you're going? Okay. So,
I suppose that
okay.
the car is arrived there.
Okay.
Drop us.
Are you going on Sunday? Sunday, are you?
No, Gita. After this, now I am tired. I want to.
No, but so no.
No. Next Sunday I'll do.
Next Sunday.
Each Sunday we'll continue. Oh yes, we continue this Gita each Sunday. From this shloka I'll continue. So the same in fact, I started Sunday classes only for you because of Corona. You could not come. Otherwise, Sunday I didn't have any class. So we started Sunday only for this Gita. So since you have come, these 4 or 5 or 6 classes we did it. Then again only Sundays, not other days I'll continue Sugama and others. Only Sundays. From this 7th shloka, 7th I think I have done, yeah. From 7th onward, 8th onward we'll continue. In the Sundays, only Sundays. From Sunday to Sunday.
Excellent.
Okay. Om Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat.